Max. Thank you. In Education Matters, tomorrow, county commissioners will discuss the future of the Memphis-Shelby County School Board following a proposed resolution to shorten the terms of 5 school board members who were elected to office just last year. Here to talk more about what's at stake is County Commissioner Miska Clay Bibbs. Commissioner, always glad to have you back at 3 o'clock. How have you been doing?
I've been doing well. Thank you, Alex, for having me here.
My pleasure. Let's talk about what's going to be at stake tomorrow. I know you folks are going to be kind of looking very closely, or at least starting the process of should all of the, I guess, races involving Memphis-Shelby County School Board members be placed on the ballot next year?
So I know that will be a part of the discussion for tomorrow's committee. I also think that there's going to be another resolution coming up talking about what it means to have it put back into the hands of the citizens around what does that look like. I think people are clear on, if I think broadly around like term limits is one conversation, but the idea of starting a whole school board over at one time is concerning to me.
Why is it concerning? What a lot of people see possible benefits, saying, hey, we're going to have more people coming out to vote for Cher, more people involved in the process of voting for a county mayor at the same time, and maybe you'll get better candidates and more people. Do you see it that way, or you don't?
I mean, I think when you talk about better candidates, let's be realistic around understanding that the citizens vote on who these people are.
Okay.
So the people who just won, they were elected by the citizens. They were really engaged, and some people lost seats. So you have brand new people. So to me, that was the citizens speaking at that moment in time. But more importantly, I think about continuity. Now, if you restart a whole board over all at one time, that's scary to me, because what you lose is the knowledge of policy, what you lose is the knowledge of programming, and what you also possibly lose is just the continuity of understanding, like some of school feeder patterns, all of the thing that goes with knowledge. So if you have a whole board starting over brand new, which is, you miss the information that's possible to make the best informed decision.
So what's your gut feeling telling you right now? What direction do you think the commission itself is headed when it comes to this?
To be honest, you know, anything is possible when it comes to us.
Yes, it is.
I do know there's one resolution that is already on the agenda. I do think that there's some more conversation that has to happen around it. But the reality of it is, I think we also should make sure that the actual citizens are involved in the conversation. If there's anything that takes them away from making the commitment to what it should look like, then you're already like disenfranchising them from the conversation. You know, I think as a body of 13, it's difficult for me, as I think about it, who represents District 11. I haven't heard from every single person in 11 about this issue. So how can I make an informed decision if the people haven't spoken?
Do you feel, though, as if that school board has made any progress? I mean, you have so many people now talking about, for the first time in a long time, being interested in education, especially MSCS School Board. Do you see a turnaround there or progress?
Well, I would say I think there's a turnaround for community and understanding the role of the school board. So that, to me, I think is important. I think for the past years, people didn't actually know what the school board did. I served there 8 years, and very often people were, you know, puzzled around like what our roles were, and I would have to inform them on what the role is. So if anything, I see a more engaged community around it, hence why I don't want to take them out of the equation of making the decision around what's right for our community.
Let's talk about another issue that really continues to get everybody kind of involved one way or the other: XAI, gas permits, gas turbine permits being permitted by the Shelby County Health Department. What do you see happening here?
What I hope to happen is that now we have an opportunity to really talk about what those policies are and truly how they affect the decision making of the health department. One of the presentations that Dr. Taylor did before she left was talking about how the policies that they use to govern at the health department go back to the 50s. The redlining of how you make decisions around what's safe goes all the way back to the 50s. We're in 2025. The reality of it is you got to take a better look around what's happening in order to create the right guidelines and parameters. That's the work that I'm looking forward to have happen. So then that way it matches what community is saying. So the health department makes decisions based upon old rules.
So what happens next when it comes to a health department director? Will the next mayor appoint that person, or is that something the county commissioners get involved in, or what?
So the mayor, whoever is selected as county mayor in 26, will then probably put a name up and then we will vote that person up or down around if we think that that's the right person. And I'm saying we with the intent that I'm coming back in 26 representing District 11. So the county commissioners will then vote on that person that's been named by the new county mayor.
All right, before we run out of time, we know you have a big event involving our schools and our young people coming up very soon. What's going on there? How can we all get involved?
Absolutely. I'm very excited to have my annual back to school giveaway is happening Saturday at the Hickory Hill Community Center. That is my birthday weekend, and that's the way I give service back, is I celebrate by being of service to others. We're giving away backpacks, we have food trucks, we have fun, bouncy houses, all of the things, snow cones, all of the things in order for you to be happy about going back to school. Wanted to give a shout out to Councilwoman Pearl Walker, who's partnering with me in this effort, and we just want to do right by our community.
We put the graphic up, and may I be one of the first to say, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Commissioner, always good to see you.
Absolutely.
We will do this again.
Absolutely.
All right,
Thank you so
very
much.
much. A short break. We'll be back in just a moment.